Okay, I'm gonna analyze my games from last weekend. I won the U1800 section, 4.5 out of 5 points out of 5 games. This was the first game. I'm black against Calvin, rated 1683. So, play the black line. Most of the normal moves I like this. I like when he pushes h3. So I'm gonna attack it. So moving down here, a lot of these arrows are from last night. I tried to analyze this. It didn't work so well. I'm gonna throw my pawns down the board. Hopefully that attacks. This is good. I like this. So I continue. They do that a lot. Go here and go there. So I just keep going. I took, which I'm okay with. If all the pieces take, then whatever. But I feel like that's awkward to take with the pawn. That opens up the H file. I know he can move his king there. It just still seems awkward. I wouldn't want to do it as white. And then I can attack this pawn, which I do. But he defends. It also stops me from pushing. And I can't really get in there with my knights. So here I didn't know what to do. Queen's gone here, back, up. Not too good. So it could get crazy if he moves that. Move there. I don't want to take there because then the knight comes in. So I just develop a rook. Take it. That's fine. That one, again, was kind of weird. I don't know what he was doing with that bishop. His king's pretty safe here. I can't really get in. At least not right away. So I did this to block out his bishop. So now the bishop can't take, and it's just kind of stuck. So I'm a little, don't want the knight coming in. It's thought it would eventually happen. So now I'm attacking that. I was surprised that he didn't take, but he doesn't. He goes back here, which is totally weird. Knight b1. Don't know what he's doing. I would totally put my knight there if I were him. So he doesn't do that. He's not protecting this anymore, so I'll go ahead and take it. Then I don't know if this is any good, but I take it anyways. And he can't take it because then I'll just take his rook. So now I gotta move my bishop back. Oh yeah. That's my only move. Bishop d7 blocks out my bishop. So my bishop's not really doing much. I also don't want his knight to come back and then go in here. So me taking, I guess I should have taken right away. I didn't have to right away. I don't know what's going on here. Why did I highlight all that stuff? Yeah, so I'm trying to come in, but he's able to block all that business. He doesn't even need to go here because he could just go there if I put my queen there. His knight comes in. He's attacking a lot of stuff now. That's a pretty good spot for my knight. What did he do? He puts queen there. Not sure what he plans on doing there, since he doesn't really have an opportunity to attack this pawn anytime soon. And this knight is definitely just blocking everything. But that allows me this, which if he takes, I take with check, and then I win the knight anyways. I win it back, and pawn takes that. I go back, defend the bishop, double attacking that. I should have probably taken this. I should have taken that pawn. Although, if he ends up taking this, that could definitely weaken things. So I just defended it. I don't think he's going to take that with the rook anytime soon. So this could become problematic, but I go ahead and attack a little bit. So now I can come in with my queen. I didn't have any big plans. I just wanted to get in here. Somehow get my queen here. That'd be nice. But that kind of cuts stuff off. So I abandoned this pawn. I don't know if that was a bad idea, but I thought I would come in here. I thought that my knight would be better there. I like my queen here, obviously for this square. Here I have to calculate, I have to be careful. I don't mind if he takes that, that's fine. This bishop kind of sucks and his knight is better. So I'm okay with that. But I didn't want him to be able to take that with check. So he takes that, which I'm pretty sure is a mistake, because that allows this. I guess he could go here with the pawn, with the knight. And maybe I'll just do that. So he hides. His queen is not great. I move my knight back. This was a huge mistake. His knight protecting that. That allows me to come in with check, and it's a forced mate. He has no way out of this in either case. In either case, my rook is coming down here, and then it's unstoppable. So he resigned at queen d4 check. Alright, second game. I'm white against this dude named Llewellyn. He introduced himself as Mr. Smith, probably because not a lot of people understand Llewellyn. So e4, Scandi. Ugh, who plays that? So normal moves. I have lost in blitz way too many times, so there's probably another way to defend that, but that's what I did. Develop castles. Queen side. Okay. So it looks like he's about to start pushing his pawns. What do I do here? See, I thought if he takes here, that opens up, which is fine. But what did I want to do? I feel like I wanted to develop and push around his queen. So I take that. He's got to take back the queen. That allows this. And I knew that this queen didn't have a lot of good squares, and that I'd be able to get tempo on her. So I just did this. I knew I wanted to move my knight here, but I wanted to protect this pawn first. So I did this. I'm surprised he understands this is pinned to the queen. But now this is a mistake. Because although this is pinned to the queen, now I do this, I unpin, attack the queen. She's got to move somewhere, and that's going to allow me to take that knight, which I did. I'm not sure what he was thinking with that. I guess maybe my knight's going to come back to protect this square. I guess maybe he thought he was going to attack h2. So I take back. I took that. I feel like that's only good to take that with check. It's one extra pawn. Weakens his king. So I take back. Now he can't really do much. He does that. So yeah, moving that. And now my light squares are tender. So if he comes in here with the bishop, checkmate. It's hard to defend. I have to be careful here. I spent a good amount of time just trying to figure things out here. I thought this would be good. Threaten, checkmate. I thought he would exchange. I guess that would be bad for him. So he just takes that. And I wasn't sure if I should take this. If I take that, the rook comes in with tempo. And then what do I do? Then I take that. I guess that'd be fine. I'm still... Then he comes in here and I always have this. But yeah, I guess it would have been fine. I was just afraid of that. Checkmated. So I do that preemptively, thinking if he does this, I move here somewhere. Maybe here. Here. Did see this. I wasn't too worried about losing this pawn, because if he loses this pawn, that's a direct line to his king with his queen right there. So I just thought that would be a bad idea for him. Go ahead and do that. And I'm up so much material at this point that I wanted to force the queens off the board because I felt confident that I have the extra rook. I'll be able to win this. No, this is kind of silly. I just didn't want to lose this. Now that the queens are off the board, I'd rather have I'd rather have these 3 pawns connected, just in case he gets some counterplay. Gotta worry about this a little bit, but I block him out. And I thought it'd be good to force him back behind here. His bishop's not so good if he goes here or even here. Take back. I have to take it. That would just be too devastating if he took there with check. I've got to block this. And you can come in here. That'd be really bad. So take this. Definitely unnecessary. I don't know why he would do that. Then tactics. Not too worried about that. I think I also calculated that this guy's hanging, but I calculate that if he goes here, I can go check, get out of the way, and then move my pawn here, which is exactly what happened. Check. I move this here. I like that because it opens this up, which is exactly what I did. At this point, I'm definitely just winning. I just want to trade down. I don't want to let the rook in, so he doesn't have any good squares. So he takes this, and I realize that none of his pieces can move. His pawn can't move. None of these pawns can move. I'm going to take this, and he's going to try to go for stalemate. I know his king has this move, but I want him to be very careful, because if he comes down here and I have to take it, I want to make sure he has a move. So I take it anyways. Just making sure his pieces have moves. Don't want stalemate. I'm okay with this. And then this is easy enough. I can just force this win now. He goes here. Guess just hoping that I make some sort of mistake. What's up, Commander Root? Or who is here? Got Urks, Slow Cool, Commander Root. What's up? So that was good. 2 points, 2 for 2. Third game. This is my only opponent that's 1702 in the 1700s. That's my highest rated opponent in the entire 1800 section. So the conditions were good for winning the section. So I'm black. Dutch. I'm always happy to get the Dutch. He took a lot of time in the beginning here. I don't think he plays against the Dutch a lot. So all these moves I make pretty quickly. Here, this kind of gets awkward. This is where I start to make some not great moves. I think I'm fine up until here. I guess I wanted to keep the bishop. normally it's okay if I move the bishop back here, but I think with the position being a little bit more open and less pieces on the board, I needed to develop more than anything. So I move here and regret that and actually just end up moving my bishop back, so I waste a move there. Always afraid of this, so that's why I take with a pawn. I really didn't need, I just needed to move my knight. I needed to develop my knight. I should have done that. Look at that wasted move. I've moved that stupid bishop so many times. This guy's still taking a lot of time on his moves, though. I don't think he had a good plan. Still defending the knight. I'm also just not wanting to get checked. I'm okay with this, just gotta be careful. Attacking this. And I thought this was interesting. I thought I'd be able to do something with this pawn, maybe. Okay, how do I protect this? Since the queen's there, he's not going to take. And so I put my rook here, thinking that I might have a sweet tactic. I really wanted it to happen. And I almost made a huge mistake by trying to play it. So I moved this here. I was thinking that if he goes here with the knight, I might be able to take the queen if I go check here. So if I go check there, if he takes with a rook, then I take the queen. But it doesn't quite work because I've just lost a rook. Then his knight here goes boom, check, king over, takes the rook. So now I've lost a rook, a bishop, and another rook for a queen. So that ended up being not good. And I almost did it right away because I thought it was a cool tactic, but I calculated and saw that I would be losing. I think maybe it works if my bishop was here, But anyways, so I just took. So he's ganging up on this. So I think I totally missed this. If he takes this, and I take that, he's got this. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's bad. Because here, check, here, check, and that's going to be mate after this. So I definitely just missed that. Rook e3. That was just bad. Queen back there. And I didn't see it then. I didn't see it now because I think he can still do this again. Which is terrible. I guess I'm going 2 rooks is okay. I don't know. What's the computer say? Yeah, that's what I figured. Open board. I think it's kind of evenish, but white has ways. So yeah, I missed that back rank twice. So did he, thank God. So he does this. Stop the back rank. Back rank. Keep moving forward. Here, I only have 2 defenders, but if he takes this, what do I do? Take. I think I do take. And if he takes here, I go boom. Which is fine, he can move here, but that doesn't matter because his queen is just pinned. So that's why. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to do. I mean, clearly this, he's not quite sure what to do. I don't know if he thought it was going to come in here and attack, but I moved there just to set up some sort of crazy discovery. Then he moves back. I moved here to stop any checks, just in case I want to come up with a good attack. Here, I wanted to keep the pin. Attacking this. I didn't really have a plan. I think I was down to 5 minutes or less at this point. He offered a draw. I don't think he had a good plan either. He was low on time as well. So that was a draw. 2.5 out of 3. Fourth game. This is both embarrassing and a good game. Alright. Get this. I like when they do this, and I've got my knight already, because then I take back. And here we go. My big blunder. I always have this, that looks super awkward because you block this pawn. But I was afraid of castling, because if I castle, then maybe he moves this, attacking this and threatening this pawn move with check on the king. And so I'm forced to do this, the bishop here. And I didn't want to do that, so I thought it'd be safer if I just blocked the pawn. But I'm stupid, that opens up this tactic, check on the king, picking up my bishop. So I do this, move 8, huge blunder. Can't believe I lost that bishop. So already down a bishop. I went ahead and just castled and said, okay, I don't care about this pawn. So yeah, you can see Desperado. I know that I need to, if I'm down material, I need to take the initiative somehow. So I thought, push around the queen, maybe that'll help. This, I think, is helpful. I know the knight can come in here. but I think blocking his bishop and blocking up the pawns helps to kind of stop any sort of attack, at least delay it. So he comes in here. I'm surprised he didn't come in here right away. Or did he? No. I don't know what he was doing here. Maybe giving himself an escape square? I don't know. So I thought, why not? Gotta keep it complicated. Take, take. So I did this because if he connects this pawn and protects it, that's going to be a huge problem for me. So block it up, then I can pick this up. I've got the knight protecting. I'm probably going to move that here. Alright, so he's castled. That gives me a target. Hopefully I can move my king, then maybe swing over somehow, and just pray. This, I'm still not sure what he's doing. He's hoping that I take and open things up, but I'd rather block. This bishop is not great now. So he's got two bishops that kind of suck, and I've got some counterplay. See, here, I thought it would be better if he went here. Leave things open. But now that he goes here, I feel like his king is kind of cramped there, which is going to allow me to come in. Ideally, I'm thinking, okay, that'd be great. Checkmate right there. His bishop goes back. I could checkmate back there. So he comes back first, and probably seeing the weakness on the h-file, so he thought he was going to bring this here. But I beat him to the punch, and he can't just go here because I think I might have a perpetual. If he goes here, rook, rook, rook takes, king takes, queen check. I'm not sure where his king goes. If he goes here, check. If he goes here, I don't know, check. Then I'm picking up this pawn maybe. So I thought that would be good if he moved his rook there, and he doesn't. I think he saw that as a potential issue as well. So then I thought, okay, let me use my rook as the battering ram. So now I'm attacking the bishop. I think he's forced to do this, which he does. So now the bishop doesn't really, the bishop has to go here, otherwise I'm gonna take it. And I see this trick. Boom. Rook. Looks like a big rook sack. But here's what happens. If he takes with the king, I push f5, check, opening up an attack on the queen. And the queen can't do anything about it. So I make this move, and a couple kids are watching, and I'm just hoping that they don't make some sort of stupid face indicating what is going on. My opponent, Liang Yu, sees this and he's like, what? And he's like visibly confused why I would give him this rook. And he thought for a minute or two. He still took it. Man, I can't believe he did that. That saved the game for me. So, check. Free queen. I'm surprised he took this. That just opens things up. If anything, I thought he would just maybe back up. Because taking this, now I can just attack you. So I take that, and I'm so relieved. He moves this, check. I looked here, I thought, wasn't sure if I had like a forced mate here. Because he's got this escape square, he can take this. I knew he had to go back or take this. If he goes in any of these directions, if he goes in this direction, I think he's screwed. So he goes back, take this, just open things up more. Because I'm threatening, check, take the rook. Then he takes it with the bishop, which I think is a big mistake. I think I could have done this. Bring the knight into the game. I wasn't really sure what my options were there. I wanted to be as forcing as possible. So check. That gives me the bishop. And this is dangerous though. My king is no longer has any pawns. The only defense is potentially this knight or this rook. So check. I knew this would be a check. And so I knew the knight would go here. And that's what happened. But now he has the move. But I didn't see anything big for him. I knew I could mop up a few pawns. And then it wouldn't be too bad to simplify. And this was good. I don't know why he did this. He's got to keep his pieces if he wants any sort of chance. Take, take. I potentially picking this up, but I knew that he'd have to go here and kind of disconnect a little bit. That was an interesting move. I mean, it's kind of good, but the thing is, I'm just going to take it. And I've got a knight and 4 pawns, 4 connected pawns. This pawn sucks. I had plenty of time, but I just went with a simple, let me promote and win. And this entire time, I'm not worried too much. I'm just making sure I don't stalemate. So I knew there's a much quicker way, but checkmate with the knight, that's nice. So I've got 3.5 out of 4. Going into my last game. Last round, I've got 3.5. Bryant has 4. He's got a perfect game so far. We're the top 2. The next people have 3 points. 4 people have 3 points. I have 3.5. Bryant has 4. So if he draws, he wins the tournament. If he wins, he wins the tournament. If I draw, I potentially tie with him, and anybody who wins those other games. But if I win, I win. So I wasn't really going into it thinking that I would win, but I'm glad I had white. That helped a lot. So almost a repeat of round 4. He goes here, still takes with the pawn. So we're basically almost same position as round 4, where I made that blunder. Here, I thought, okay, I don't want to go here, for him to go here, for me to go here. And then him to maybe go there, and then me have to do this, and him gain a lot of space. So I went here, blocking this pawn. It looks super awkward. I'm only okay with it because Warren Harper has a Grand Prix video and he says that it's okay to put the bishop here. So we'll see. I'll check this game against him. Maybe he'll change his tune. So I'm just developing. I'm castled. He's got almost done for developing. He's got a double pawn, but it looks awkward with this. So I do my normal Grand Prix moves. And here, wasn't sure if this was going to be problematic. If he goes here, I thought he would go, so I thought it was going to go take, take, bishop takes, knight takes, and then my queen has to move somewhere. I wasn't too worried about it. Almost what I anticipated, but then he took the rook. It's totally weird. Guess he just wanted to develop, maybe attack this. So I saw this check, picking up that pawn. And so I was thinking, okay, check, king probably there, takes this. If here, I take another pawn, or if the queen goes there, I take another pawn. So I thought maybe I'd be getting a couple pawns. I know b2 becomes a little bit of a target. I wasn't really sure, so I just went ahead. I also thought maybe if I took enough pawns, he would take a draw and I would just be able to go home with 4 points and a little bit of money. So I take it. And then I think I had seen that this would be annoying. If he moves the pawn here, I have to take there. And now I've got double pawns. He's got a couple pawn islands though. So I took, now I'm up 2 pawns, I think. So I saw that happening. I'm also hoping for this tactic where if he takes here, take, check, picking up the rook would be awesome. I was hoping for that tactic to happen. So he pushes me out of the way so that I can't do that tactic. And I think he took here and offered the draw. He offered a draw here. And I almost took it because there was a dinner that night that I would be able to get to on time. And I thought, okay, whatever. I don't see a clear win here. But then I thought through this, and this position, he's only got 2 pawns here. this, he's got some really weak diagonals. Okay, that's on diagonal. He's got some weak diagonals. If he trades off his bishop, his dark square bishop, that doesn't seem good for his safety. So I thought, okay, let's play for a little bit, see if I can get any compensation. So I do the knight here. I knew that if he took here, that it wouldn't be too big of an issue because I could probably just take there. But he took there, and then I realized, then I found a different move, which I think is a lot better, to move here, threatening these checks, because his king, not so safe now that his bishop is gone. And I'm not worried about this because I can do check and get out of the way. So that attacks the rook. Wasn't sure where he was going to go. I thought maybe he'd go here. Here he attacks the knight. Not a big deal. Check. Take. And I wasn't sure if I'd be able to take there right away. I think I spent some time here, but taking here, I didn't see what he would do. I thought maybe here, and then I just have to come back. I don't know. I couldn't see. I'm going to turn the engine on just to see what's going on. Too many arrows. So let me take this. He's thinking, the computer's thinking, knight takes king f8. f5 looks crazy. What? Because then he can just take this. But what if he takes this? Oh. Okay. Here. Oh. Because that picks that up. Oh, because the rook is hanging. And that would be devastating. Okay. So I end up doing rook a to b1. Because before this rook is not doing anything. I want to challenge that piece, because if he takes this, oops, I go here, takes. I think my rook over here is now better, because I can then come in here and maybe attack with the rook. So he retreats. He goes back to his square. And so the reason I take now is because then I can bring my rook in here, which is exactly what I did. And this totally threw me off. He goes and takes this pawn. I don't see what he has here. He has no other. I mean, is he thinking he's going to go here and threaten mate? And I'm going to have to somehow block that? But there's just too much for me to be able to do here. Because now, let me get some of these arrows out of here. Okay. His queen was defending, but now his king is all by itself, by himself. This is not doing too much, protecting this only. And so I didn't even calculate what to do if he took this pawn, because why would he do that? I was thinking that all the moves, I was worried about this. Wasn't sure about what to do there. I thought maybe here, queen here, or queen here. What does the computer say? Yeah. Yeah, Peter says move here. Then what did he? Rook c7. Yeah, I thought, so that's what I had calculated. This here, this here. Hmm. See, and I'd also looked at those types of moves there. I guess that picks that up. But then I just saw like a rook, two rooks and a rook and a knight. Peter says I'm up +8 here, even if he can take some stuff. I guess, I don't know. I just didn't like, that didn't look like enough for me. So I did rook b7, and then boom, takes this and it's mate in 4. Let me turn this off, and I saw this. So here's the move, sequence of moves. Check. Can't move the knight there because then that's mate here. So not a move. King there. Knight check. Discovered check on the king. He does not have any other squares. He's got, what, one square. He's here, so he goes here because of the queen, and then queen comes back, checkmate. She's protected by the pawn, and the rook has this blocked. So it was just forced, and when he made that move, I was grateful. So I won the tournament. Boom. Let's see. I haven't turned the computer on for a lot of this stuff. Nah, I don't feel like going through that. GG. Good game. Good games.